Have you ever felt like your emotions are controlling you instead of the other way around? Like no matter how hard you try, stress, anger, or anxiety just takes over and you end up reacting in ways you later regret? If yes, then this summary is going to change the way you see your emotions forever. Today, we're diving into the powerful book Master Your Emotions by Thibaut Meurisse, a practical guide that teaches you how to understand, manage, and finally take control of your emotional life. Because here's the truth: your emotions are not the problem. The real problem is that no one ever taught you how to handle them. So let's begin. Imagine this: you wake up in the morning, and everything feels heavy. You don't feel motivated. Small things irritate you. Negative thoughts start creeping in. And before you know it, your entire day is ruined. Most people think emotions just happen to them. But this book flips that idea completely. The author explains that your emotions don't come from your situation, they come from your interpretation of the situation. Two people can face the exact same problem, but feel completely different emotions. Why? Because they think differently about it. This means something powerful: if you can change the way you think, you can change the way you feel. Let that sink in. Your emotions are not random. They are created by your thoughts. Now let's go deeper. One of the biggest reasons we feel overwhelmed is because we try to fight our emotions. We resist sadness. We suppress anger. We ignore fear. But the more you resist an emotion, the stronger it becomes. Think about it like holding a ball underwater. The harder you push it down, the more forcefully it comes back up. Instead of fighting your emotions, the book suggests something counterintuitive. Accept them. Not as weakness, but as signals. Every emotion is trying to tell you something. Fear is telling you to prepare. Anger is telling you that something feels unfair. Sadness is telling you that something matters deeply to you. When you stop judging your emotions and start observing them, you gain power over them. You move from being reactive to being aware. And awareness is the first step to emotional mastery. Now here's where things get really interesting. The book explains that most negative emotions are fueled by what the author calls mental stories. These are the stories you keep telling yourself in your head. I'm not good enough. Things never work out for me. People don't respect me. The problem is your mind believes these stories. And once you believe them, your emotions follow. So if you constantly tell yourself a negative story, you will constantly feel negative emotions. But if you change the story, you change your emotional state. For example, instead of saying, "I failed," you can say, "I learned something valuable." Instead of "This is a disaster," you can say, "This is a challenge I can grow from." It's not about lying to yourself, it's about choosing a perspective that empowers you. Because your mind is always talking. The only question is, are you listening consciously, or letting it run on autopilot? Now let's talk about something most people ignore. Your environment. The book highlights that your emotions are heavily influenced by what you consume daily. The content you watch. The people you interact with. The conversations you engage in. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, your mind will naturally absorb it. That's why emotional mastery isn't just about controlling thoughts, it's also about designing your environment. Limit negative inputs. Spend time with positive, growth-oriented people. Feed your mind with content that uplifts you. Because what goes in eventually comes out as emotions. Now here's another powerful idea from the book. Clarity reduces emotional chaos. A lot of stress and anxiety comes from uncertainty. Not knowing what you want. Not having direction. When your life lacks clarity, your mind fills the gap with worry. But when you clearly define your goals, your values, and your priorities, your emotions become more stable. You feel more in control. That's why the author emphasizes the importance of self-reflection. Take time to ask yourself, what do I really want? What truly matters to me? What kind of person do I want to become? The clearer you are, the calmer you feel. Now let's talk about a major emotional trap. Attachment. We often attach our happiness to outcomes. I'll be happy when I succeed. I'll feel good when people approve of me. I'll be at peace when everything goes my way. But life doesn't always go your way. And when your happiness depends on external results, you become emotionally unstable. The solution? Detach from outcomes and focus on actions. Do your best. Take action. Improve daily. But don't let your emotional state depend on results you can't fully control. This shift alone can bring incredible peace. Now here's something most people struggle with: letting go. We hold on to past mistakes, old regrets, painful memories. And every time we revisit them, we relive the same negative emotions. The book teaches a simple but powerful truth. You can't change the past, but you can change your relationship with it. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What did this teach me?" Instead of holding on to guilt, choose growth. Because emotional freedom comes from letting go, not holding on. Now imagine living a life where you understand your emotions instead of fearing them. You respond calmly instead of reacting impulsively. You feel in control, no matter what happens around you. That's what mastering your emotions is all about. It's not about becoming emotionless, it's about becoming emotionally intelligent. And the best part? This is a skill you can build. Step by step. Thought by thought. Before we wrap up, let's quickly go over the key learning objectives from this book so you can apply them in your daily life starting today. First, understand that your emotions come from your thoughts, not your circumstances. Second, stop resisting your emotions. Accept them and observe them without judgment. Third, become aware of the mental stories you tell yourself and change them when they don't serve you. Fourth, take control of your environment by limiting negativity and surrounding yourself with positive influences. Fifth, gain clarity in your life by defining your goals, values, and direction. Sixth, detach your happiness from outcomes and focus on actions you can control. Seventh, practice self-reflection regularly to understand your emotional patterns. Eighth, let go of past regrets and focus on the lessons they taught you. Ninth, develop awareness before reacting. Pause, think, and then respond. And 10th, remember that emotional mastery is a continuous process, not a one-time achievement. Now here's something important. If you made it this far, it means you're serious about improving your life. So don't just listen to this, apply it. Pick one idea from this summary and start using it today. And if you found this helpful, comment below with the word control, because that's what you're taking back: control over your emotions, your mind, and your life. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful book summaries that can truly transform the way you think and live. Because the more you master your mind, the more you master your life. See you in the next video.